Did you know that Singapore has more islands beyond just Pulau Ubin and Coney Island? Watch on as I'll list out the offshore islands you can visit so that you can tell others that you go overseas even when your passport isn't chopped. So, for a start, note that I'm of course not talking about all islands but just the popular ones. And also, of course not Sentosa cause I'm too poor to go there. So, here goes. Let's start with the most famous one, Pulau Ubin. Pulau Ubin is a piece of Singapore from the past. There's no malls, no aircon, and no bubble tea. On Pulau Ubin, you have kampongs, nature, and a bunch of wild boars who don't respect you. But that's not all that Pulau Ubin offers. There are all sorts of recreational activities that you can carry out at Pulau Ubin. For example, you can go hiking or cycling through the trails on Pulau Ubin and get up close and personal with nature and greenery. Also, make sure not to miss the Chek Jawa Wetlands, one of Singapore's richest ecosystems. There, you can see mangrove, crabs, mudskippers, and of course, people who just keep thinking. Those up for a little more adventure can set up camp at one of the many campsites on Pulau Ubin too. But of course, remember to apply for a camping permit before you set up camp So basically, Pulau Ubin is the place you should be if you want to post on Instagram story saying, I miss the old Singapore, but still want to return home to an aircon and labubu in the evening To get to Pulau Ubin, you have to take a ferry from Changi Point Ferry Terminal. If you don't want to take a ferry, then you can consider going to Disney's Island instead. Next, we have Coney Island, otherwise known as Pulau Serangoon. Here's the thing, you don't need to take a ferry to go to Coney Island. It's connected to Singapore's main island by two bridges on the island's western and eastern ends. So, what's there to do at Coney Island? People go there to birdwatch, cycle, hike, and take photos that look like overseas but actually just Pongo It's definitely the place to be in if you are sick of going to the beach at East Coast Park because there are 5 beaches on Coney Island for you to visit. And don't worry, Coney Island spans just 1.33 square kilometers, so you will definitely be able to finish visiting all the beaches in a day. Now, we move to St. John's Island. For this, you need to take a ferry from Marina South Pier to reach the island. If you have ever been to the island, you'll know how quiet and peaceful it is. Unlike your wife, people usually go there to take long walks along the island trail, or lay out their picnic mats on the beach and pretend they are on a holiday somewhere far from Singapore. The island trail is easy to follow and spans just 2.8 km. According to NParks, you can finish this in 1 to 1.5 hours. Along the trail, you also catch a number of old buildings showcasing the rich history of the island. This is because the island has served many purposes throughout Singapore's history, like a quarantine center, a detention center for political prisoners, an opium treatment center, and even a holiday resort. So, St. John's Island is great, but you cannot go to St. John's Island without visiting this other island. No Lazarus Island is not related to Lazada yo. Lazarus Island is another island that's a short walk away from St. John's Island, so you should likely head there too if you're already at St. John's Island. Although Lazarus Island is smaller, spanning just 0.47 square kilometers, there are still things to do there. For one, beach lovers will know of the hidden gem that are the shores on Lazarus Island. You can go there to chill, sunbathe, and take lovely Instagram photos. Beyond the beach, you also have other beautiful spots to take pictures at on the island, including the Pulau Serangoon jetty. But anyways, if you're already at the south, why go only to St. John and Lazarus Island? There's another island in the south of Singapore worth visiting too. And no, it's not Sentosa If you're looking to advertise your business in this channel, we can help you. There are guaranteed views and many big brands have trusted us. Just click on the link in the description. Next up, Kusu Island. To get there, you have to take a ferry from Marina South Pier too. It's a small island, spanning just 0.085 square kilometers, but there's a good reason why people still go there. Unlike most of the other islands, where the appeal has mostly been natural and recreational, Kusu Island's main appeal is spirituality. Annually, thousands of pilgrims head to the Chinese temple and the 3 Malay karama on the island. And even if spirituality is not your thing, there's still more on Kusu Island for you to do. You see, in Hokkien, Kusu means tortoise or turtle, and it's no surprise that you'll see many tortoises on the island too. In fact, there's an actual tortoise sanctuary on the island, where you will see probably the most tortoise you have ever seen in your life. You have likely heard of Sisters Islands, and rightfully so, because the islands house the most breathtaking views ever. The Sisters Islands are made of Big Sisters Island and Small Sisters Island. However, you'll only be able to visit the Big Sisters Island because the Small Sisters Island is closed off to the public for conservation purposes. But Big Sister Island is not any less exciting. Along the Big Sisters Island trail, you'll find more than enough to keep your Instagram stories looking fresh. There's a floating boardwalk where you can view corals and marine biodiversity up close. There's a trail called the Ocean Network Express Coastal Forest Trail, where you get to hike through the island's coastal forest. There's also the Lagoon Tidal Pool, which you will have likely seen on your friend's social media posts before. It's picturesque, but also allows you to experience the vibrant marine biodiversity at the island. From seagrass, mangrove, to other intertidal animals, you can spot it all here. Now, there's one more island before I end this video. Pulau Tekong houses a slimming center with a 100% success rate in helping customers lose weight, housing some of the best Instagram-worthy cafes filled with SAF Prof Mami cannot be what I'm telling the truth. Anyways, if you are looking to visit any of the islands, you can check out the description And as usual, there will be lots of mosquitoes around. If you are wondering whether you or your friends will get bitten more, watch this as we use science to determine who mosquitoes are more attracted to. Also, follow me on Instagram if you have not done so, as we publish exclusive short videos there. Link in description. And if you want to advertise with us, even as a standalone video, do contact us. Thank you for spending almost 6 minutes with me. I really appreciate it and hope you learned something.